Peace everybody, back with another video. This is a breaking news. Trump deems churches essential, calls for them to reopen. So yeah, Donald Trump is calling for the churches to reopen because they are essential. And if the governors don't do that, then he will override the governors because the president does have a right to do that. President Donald Trump said Friday that he has deemed churches and other houses of worship essential and called on governors across the country to allow them to reopen this weekend, despite the threat of spreading the COVID-19 virus. So President Donald Trump, he said today that he has deemed churches and other houses of worship essential. Well, first of all, the churches should have never been closed in the first place because it's essential, and called on governors across the country to allow them to reopen this weekend, despite the threat of spreading the COVID-19 virus. Well, first of all, this is a scamdemic with the virus, okay? It's a scam. Fauci's been lying to you. Dr. Birx has been lying to you and everything. Today I'm identifying houses of worship, churches, synagogues, and mosques as essential places that provide essential services, Trump said during a hastily arranged press conference at the White House, where he didn't take questions. He said if governors don't abide by his request, he will override them, though it's unclear what authority he has to do so. Yeah, so he's calling on the governors to do it, and if the governors don't abide by his request, he will override them, which, like I said, he does have a right to. He says today, I'm identifying houses of worship, churches, synagogues, and mosques as essential places that provide essential services. This is what Trump said during a hastily arranged press conference. But he did not take no questions because he doesn't want nothing to do with the fake news media, because you know they're going to turn everything around, change the narrative. Well, Trump said the churches still have to stay closed. No. Wrong again with the fake news media. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has prepared a draft of reopening guidelines for churches and other houses of worship weeks ago that include measures like maintaining distance between parishioners and limiting the size of gatherings. So the CDC had prepared a draft of reopening guidelines for churches and other houses of worship weeks ago. That include measures like maintaining distance between parishioners and limiting the size of gatherings. So how are you going to limit the gatherings at a church when you got 20-30 people in there? You can't do that. But that guidance has been delayed for more than a month by the administration until Trump abruptly changed course Thursday. And so the guidance had been delayed for more than a month by the administration until Trump abruptly changed course Thursday, which is yesterday. I bet you better put it out, and they're doing it, Trump said Thursday at a Ford Motor Company plant proposed to make ventilators in Michigan, and they're going to be issuing something today or tomorrow on churches. We've got to get our churches open. And yes, Trump is right. We need to get our churches open. And if the governors don't do as they're told, he's going to say to hell with the governors. I'm going to override them. So that's what he's going to do if they don't do as they're told. He also said, I said, you better put it out, and they're doing it. Trump said Thursday at a Ford Motor Company plant, which is in Michigan. Now, I know there's a lot of people saying, oh, why is Trump in Michigan? Well, Michigan is his favorite state, first of all. And people are complaining, oh, Trump should have been wearing a mask in Michigan, blah, blah, blah. Well, yesterday, Trump did wear a mask inside the plant, But when you're outside, you don't have to. Because the CDC is saying, no, you don't wear a mask outside. But when you go into places, you have to. But when you're outside in the fresh air, getting and that, you don't have to wear a mask. This is what the CDC is saying. Trump on Friday stressed the importance of churches in many communities and took issue with some of the businesses that had been allowed to reopen. Yes, so Trump did say on Friday, stressed the importance of churches in many communities and took issues with some of the businesses that had been allowed to reopen. So yes, they are allowed to be reopened, the churches. Some governors have deemed liquor stores and abortion clinics as essential, but not churches, he said. It's not right. So I'm correcting this injustice and calling houses of worship essential. Yes, so your governors that are approving abortions and liquor stores, well, the liquor stores I could understand, but the abortions, that's killing God's children right there. And of course, the governors are saying it's essential, but not churches, he said. It's not right. So I'm correcting this injustice and calling houses of worship essential. Yeah, so closing churches is injustice. It should have never been closed in the first place. And of course, if your governors don't do as they're told, then Trump is going to override your governors whether you like it or not. There are places that hold our society together and keep our people united. The people are demanding to go to church and synagogue, go to their mosque, he said. Yes, so these places that hold our society together and keep our people united. That's what the churches do. They unite people. The people are demanding to go to church and synagogue, go to their mosque, he said. Yes, that's what Trump is saying. So and if your governors don't do it, well, you better get mad at them real quick, because you know what? If they don't do it, Trump will do it. And I know the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, I'm going to expose him for who he really is if he doesn't do as he told. And of course, the churches do need to be open this weekend because it's essential. I've been telling y'all, church is essential, but y'all thought I was crazy. But now that you know that Trump is saying that churches need to reopen this weekend because it's essential, then you can go. And if the governors don't abide by it, say goodnight to the governors. Leave your comments below. I am out.